Well, it's super dreary and rainy and cold outside today, so we're gonna have a nice hearty dinner that's gonna warm us up and fill us up and get us through the evening. Welcome back to Harvest Moon Farm. My name is Mickey. And tonight I am going to make a recipe that I haven't made in, I don't even know how long, years and years. This is something that my aunt used to make. So when I was a kid, my aunt and uncle and my cousins lived in a little town in western Kansas. My sister and I would go out there usually for a couple of weeks every summer. And this was one of the things that my aunt made. It was fairly cheap to make. There were 7 of us with the 5 kids and my aunt and uncle. And so I was just thinking about this the other day and I thought this would be a good thing to have. So it basically is just a steak and potato casserole. So I've got some potatoes here. I'm just going to slice them up using my mandolin and I'm going to get them in my dish and then we'll get started on the beef. So I'm using this just because it's going to give me thin, even slices. I'm sure when I made this with my aunt years ago, we just cut them with a knife. I don't remember her having one of these, but that was, let's see, that was 40 plus years ago, so she could have, I just don't remember. And I did not peel these, but you could certainly peel these if you wanted to. So I have not told you guys that I have accepted a new job. So this is a job that's going to give me the opportunity to use more of my skills and give me a little bit more responsibility. So I'm very excited about that. Although it's kind of sad to be leaving my old job. I have really feel like I made some friends there and it's just going to be sad to leave them. But my last day at my current job is tomorrow, and then I have 3 weeks before I start my new job. Okay, so we've got our potatoes all sliced up. I'm just going to leave them in this baking dish now, and we're going to start on the meat. We're going to get our oven preheating to 400 degrees. And then I'm going to mix up some flour, some salt and pepper, and some other seasonings. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in yet. I'm just going to add this to the flour. That was about a teaspoon or so of salt. Just going to add some pepper in here. And let's see. I don't remember exactly everything that my aunt used in this. So I'm going to add a little bit of minced onion and a little bit of garlic. And I'm going to make another bowl. I'm just going to mix up some egg and milk. And we will use that to start breading our meat. Oops. So what I've got here is just a package of stew meat that I got when we got the last of our beef. So I'm just going to put all these pieces in this milk and egg mixture. Go ahead and put an apron on so I don't splatter grease all over myself. So I'm going to add a little lard to my pan, and I'm going to go ahead and get that warming up, and I'm just going to put the meat in the milk and egg mixture, and then I'll go ahead and dredge it in the flour, salt, and pepper, and we're just going to fry these up just a little bit. We just want to get them so that they have a nice brown coating on them, and then we're going to put them on top of our potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper the potatoes that are in our baking dish. I need to fill my salt jar up again. We're going to go ahead and add some butter to our potatoes. If you guys have seen me make my mom's pork chop and potatoes, it's very similar. So I'm just going to add that butter there. And now that our oil's hot, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of the meat in there. So we don't need to cook these until they're done because we're going to finish this off in the oven. So I just want to get a little bit of browning on these pieces of beef. All right, so there is the rest of our meat. I'll go ahead and get that in on top of our potatoes. Turn this off. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the rest of this flour mixture on top of here. Whoops. And now I'm going to pour some cream over the top of this. I may add a little bit of milk too, since I don't have that much cream. Alrighty. So now this is going to go in the oven for 40 minutes. But I'm going to set the oven or the timer for 20 minutes because after that I'm going to put in some leftover garlic zucchini bites and warm those up as well. So I just have this baking dish that I'm going to put those in. Just going to give it a little spray on the bottom so they don't stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put all of these in this pan or in this dish. So we made these a while ago together. When I was reorganizing my kitchen, fridge, and freezer, I found them and I decided they would make a great side for our dinner. I was getting it cleaned out so that I could bring everything that needed to be thawed up here. So I've got some bags of chopped onion, I've got my pumpkin puree, I've got a cream soup that we made together a while back that I had in the freezer, pie crust. I feel like there's something else and I can't think what it is. Anyway, so I found these and I thought this would be a great thing to have for dinner. But they're already cooked and I don't want to burn them, so I'm going to put them in for the last 20, maybe 15 minutes. I'll check them after I put them in and just make sure I don't burn them. All right, so our steak and potato casserole is done. Our zucchini bites are hot. So we're going to make our plates and see how this is. Yeah.
Be easier on this side.
We don't want to drop hot food on each other.
Ooh.
I'm going to move this. Ooh, ow. Touch the pan. Alright, so I'm going to give this a try. And we'll see if it needs more salt or pepper. Oh, it's really hot though.
I think it's pretty good, man.
I think it's perfect. Get some potato. See how that is. Oh my gosh.
That's good. Just super hot.
Woo. I think the flour breading on the meat thickened up the potatoes as well. Probably some of it's from that extra flour I sprinkled on top. Really delicious. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I know this was a pretty short video. My next video will be a Thanksgiving Thursdays video. We'll be prepping for the big meal on Thursday. So I hope you guys can join me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.